Welcome to the Think and Grow Well Show. If you allow your doctor, your insurance, or your Uncle Sam to define healthy, or you blame someone else for the way you feel, or you seek the fountain of youth in a prescription bottle, at a needle tip, or along the scalpel's edge, then be advised. You are about to be offended. You should probably leave now.
Anybody can just think and feel better? That's scary. I mean, thoughts aren't regulated by the feds, and no drug company has a patent on them. So thinking thoughts must not be very safe or effective.
If you love feeling frisky and having fun, take responsibility for your own vitality, and want freedom to enjoy epic experiences with folks you love, welcome aboard and prepare to be blown away. The Think and Grow Well Show starts now. Here's your host, Dr. Lori Barr.
Have you ever heard one of those stories, or perhaps you've been in a situation where you've come across a person who is down, or you've witnessed someone you know, or maybe a stranger on an airplane, have a sudden seizure, or perhaps they totally go unconscious? That's a stressful situation. And in our community, there was a high school student who actually did that on the sidelines playing football. And his parents noticed. They were in the stands and they noticed, and they took immediate and decisive action. His parents were both doctors. They got down to the field. There was an AED, automated external defibrillator, that was handy, and they saved his life. And he still lives today and is an advocate for AEDs on sports fields because it saved his life. And I tell you this story to remind you that if you consider these things before they happen, by hearing a story like this, it can help you prepare to take immediate and decisive action too. If this young man's parents had not acted immediately, they would not have saved his life. If they had not noticed that he was in trouble, a lot goes on a football field, and to notice that someone sitting on the sidelines is having an issue, that takes some observation. So that's what we're talking about today, is how to prepare to move through fear in the face of an unexpected wake-up call. And here are the steps, and we'll go into a little more detail on this. The first is presence of mind is absolutely necessary. Your awareness must be totally on the now, so that you can hyperextend your senses and be aware of what your possibilities are to positively affect the outcome. So it's almost like going into a state of shock. If you've ever been in a state of shock, your peripheral vision expands and time seems to slow down. And you can actually take in more details if you don't get immobilized by the fear. Worry, fear, and doubt are the great immobilizers. They keep us from taking any action whatsoever. And to take one step can break that cycle and get us moving again. So presence of mind gives you the personal power to make a difference in the outcome. You decide on a definite goal. You set a definite desired outcome for the situation. Act immediately and boldly with a grateful heart. Gratitude, anticipation that what you need will be there, that helps to lead to unexpected success. Even if it only makes a 1% difference, it is a difference. And then tap into the skills you already have and to other people's skills around you so that you can tap into reserves that are beyond you. Attract people, places, and things that make your desired outcome a reality. And then continue to grow with the faith that as a unique individual, you alone can make the difference needed right now in your world to help so many others. You're not just a number. You're not just another human being. You are a unique human individual put on this planet at this point in time to make a difference in the world. You change the destiny of the people around you and your own destiny, and that shapes our world. Now, in the situation of a sudden collapse or finding someone unconscious, it is helpful to have had some basic life support training or advanced life support training. And basically, you need to be able to see if there's an ED available, start doing cardiac compressions, and get help. Call 911. In a prior episode, we talked about that actions that are taken spiritually and intellectually directly cause physical effects. Let's talk about the growing body of evidence that indicates that the way we perceive our social status, health, wealth, and well-being correlates with diseases such as viral infections, hypertension, colds, chronic lung disease, and a weakened immune defense system. Have you ever wondered why it is that people think they're confident and that they're worth living and, their life is worthwhile? And even though we know that certain foods and beverages are toxic for us, have toxic chemicals in them, and that a simple thing like fiber can make a difference in decreasing cancer, that we don't increase our fiber in our diets sometimes? That we don't love ourselves enough to do a simple thing like eat an apple a day to give ourselves more fiber? That has to do with self-image. Our perception of ourselves, the way we think about ourselves, influences the actions we take on our bodies. Self-image, in this case of the fiber, causes us to think things like, if a doctor didn't prescribe it, who am I to think that I know better than he or she does? Or, if the insurance won't pay for it, it's a luxury I don't deserve or cannot afford. That's the choice. That's what we're actually saying when we don't make the simple choices like drink more water, have more healthy fruits and vegetables that were grown pesticide-free, help shop local with your produce. Realize that increasing your knowledge is not quite enough to make substantial changes in your life. You have to act and influence your subconscious mind with the new teaching. Repetition is the first law of learning.
Your next steps.
So what can you do right now to get a handle on how you can strengthen your perception and your self-confidence when you face an unexpected challenge? Take 5 minutes right now, and why don't you start a journal? Put yourself in the place of either a person who's had an unexpected collapse and been saved, or someone who's witnessed an unexpected collapse of someone they love. And then use your creative imagination to really see, taste, smell, feel, and hear yourself in a scenario where you've found a person down. And then visualize the entire scenario with the outcome you desire. And then ask these questions to yourself. If I came that close to death, what would I do with the remainder of my time here? Or if that was my child, how would I react? And just journal a little bit about that. If you spend a minute per question writing down an answer, then you'll become more aware of what's possible when you do run into this scenario. Did you know that your own voice and your own writing are the most influential tools you have for riding the wave of vitality? Your subconscious mind loves to see and hear and feel love letters from you. So when you write in a journal or you say things to yourself in the mirror, this goes right into the core being, of the very place where that little tiny child who wants to be loved, who's still a part of you, the little person inside, the person you were before you started going to school, that person is touched by your words and your actions. So every time you do choose to eat an apple or drink a glass of water, think about that you're directly feeding that little person inside of you, little Lori, I call her, in me. And you have a little person inside you who just wants to be loved and taken care of. That's the person you're choosing to serve when you make good choices for yourself. What good choice can you make for yourself right now that'll make a difference today?
Information in this show and the accompanying descriptions, show notes, and links is provided for informational purposes only. The information is a result of years of practice experience by the author and show guests. This information is not intended as a substitute for the advice provided by your physician, attorney, accountant, or other professional. Do not disregard professional advice or delay in seeking professional advice because of something you have seen, heard, or read related to this show. Information in this show and the accompanying descriptions, show notes, and links, and the use of any products or services trialed or purchased by you does not create a doctor-patient relationship, attorney-client relationship, or any other professional client relationship between you and any of the providers affiliated with this show. Information and statements regarding health regimens, drugs, and/or dietary supplements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or any information contained on or in any product label or packaging. Always speak with your physician or other healthcare professional before taking any medication or nutritional, herbal, or homeopathic supplement or using any treatment for a health problem. If you have or suspect you have a medical, legal, and/or accounting problem, contact your healthcare provider, attorney, and/or accounting provider promptly.
I'm Dr. Lori Barr. One idea is all it takes to change your world. See you next time.
Psst, be aware. Vitality is an inside job. Trust your spirit, make up your mind, and get your body in gear. There are no second chances.